This video is a tutorial for using numbers in the fraction format, which is one of the mathematical requirements in GCSE Science. By the end of this video, you should be able to express proportions as fractions, simplify fractions, convert fractions to decimals, convert fractions to percentages, and use fractions to identify proportions. In your GCSE Science specification, after all the information about biology, chemistry and physics, there's an appendix called Mathematical Requirements. These are all of the math skills that exam boards have been asked to test you on within the GCSE Science exams. These math skills make up 20% of all of the marks available across the papers. They're tested at the level below the level of science that you're taking. So if you're taking the higher tier science papers, then you're tested on skills that could appear in a foundation tier GCSE maths exam. And if you're taking the foundation tier science exams, then the math skills are at least a Key Stage 3 level. So in theory, they shouldn't be giving you too much trouble, but it's definitely worth making sure that you're confident in them before you go into your science exams. Percentages, decimals and fractions are three different ways that we can use to describe proportions. In other words, how much of a total is made up of a particular part. Within your GCSE Science exams, you need to be confident using all three of these methods. So if we look at this beaker of balls, we could say that 10 out of 20 of them are pink. Now that out of sign is really just a divided by sign. So if I say 1 divided by 2, that is the same thing as a half. And of course, a half is 0.5. We can also express this as a percentage. This is where we say that instead of the total being 1, the total is 100. So we can say a percent is how many parts per 100. So in this instance, that would be 50%. And we can get that 50% by multiplying the decimal by 100. Of course, all of your exams in GCSE Science are calculator papers. We don't have a non-calculator exam. But even so, it's worth you having some of these fractions, percentages and decimals memorised so that you can quickly and easily convert between them even without using your calculator. It's helpful to know that 3/4 is the same thing as 75% and 0.75. In the science exams, you may be asked to give your answer in the form of the simplest possible fraction. What this means is that we can't divide the numerator and the denominator of the fraction by any number to make them any smaller. We're looking for the simplest whole number ratio between them. Now, you are allowed a scientific calculator in your exam, and you should definitely use one if you have one. But on the off chance that you don't have a scientific calculator or you're not quite sure how to do this process using it, let's look at how we could go through this. The fastest way to simplify fractions is to split apart the numerator and the denominator into the products of their prime number factors and then cancel them out. So if I look here, 112 can be expressed as 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 7, and 240 can be expressed as 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. Once I have those numbers, I can see that there's a lot of 2's there that can cancel out. So if I do cancel those out, I'm left with 7 divided by 3 times 5, which is the same thing as 7/15. Likewise, if I'm given 108 divided by 180, I'm going to start out by splitting up these numbers into their prime factors. So I would take 108 and I would divide it by 2 until I couldn't divide it by 2 anymore. And then I divide by 3 until I can't divide by 3 anymore. And so I find out that 108 can be expressed as 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. Then I go through that same process with 180, and I find out that 180 can be expressed as 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. So you can see here that I've got 2 2's that can cancel out, and I've also got 2 3's that can cancel out. So if I get rid of those, then what I'm left with is 3 divided by 5. Now, of course, in a science exam, we're not just going to be asked to simplify a fraction. We're going to be given a scientific question, and then there'll be a mark at the end for demonstrating the math skill. So here it says that bacteria were cultured with different antibiotic solutions for 60 minutes. What fraction of the bacteria in antibiotic A were alive after 60 minutes? Give your answer in the simplest form. So the first thing to do is to figure out what the initial fraction is. And here that's 126 bacteria out of the initial 420. So then I'm going to break these down into their prime factors. So 126 can be expressed as 2 times 3 times 3 times 7. And 420 can be expressed as 2 times 2 times 3 times 5 times 7. And now I'm looking for which numbers I can cancel out. So both of these have a 2 in them, both of these have a 3 in them, and both of these have a 7 in them. So I can cross those out, and what I'm left with is 3 over 2 times 5, which is 3/10. If we're asked to convert our fraction answer to a decimal, then all we need to know is that the line in the middle of that fraction means divided by. So 10/20 is the same thing as 10 divided by 20. So what would each of these fractions be as a decimal? We start out as 3/8 being 3 divided by 8, which is 0.375. Pause the video and have a go at the other 4 on your own. So 4/5 is 0.80, or 0.8. 7/10 is 0.7. 9/20 is 0.45. And 5/6 is 0.83 recurring. Converting a fraction to a decimal is also the first step in converting a fraction to a percentage. To convert a fraction to a decimal, we just use that line in the middle of the fraction as a divide sign. And then to convert from a decimal to a percentage, we multiply by 100. So 13/20 as a decimal would be 13 divided by 20. And then to make it a percentage, we need to times by 100. So this would give us an answer of 65%. Can you use that same method to convert each of these 5 fractions to a percentage? So 5/8, we would do 5 divided by 8 times 100, and we would get 62.5%. 1/5, we would do 1 divided by 5 to get 0.2, then we times it by 100%, and we get 20%. For question 3, you should have 30%, then 55%, and finally 17% to 2 significant figures. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope you're now feeling slightly more confident about this maths skill for GCSE Science. If you did find the video useful, then don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share the channel, and I'll be back soon with some more Maths in Science videos.